As you know, I love taking my camera with me all the time, so I can capture moments that I think are special whenever I want. And most of the time I don't want to take large lenses with me. That's why today I'd like to show you a very special Soviet vintage lens that really fits in everyone's pocket. I'm talking about the Industar 52, this tiny Soviet 50mm vintage lens, which has kind of a very minimalist design. I bought mine on eBay for just 10 bucks and I really love this little lens. The Industar 52 is only 19mm long, 50mm wide and weighs 67 grams. It has an aperture range between f3.5 and f16, a 6-bladed iris and a close focusing distance of 65 centimeters. And it consists of only 4 elements in 3 groups. This design is based on the Carl Zeiss Jenner Tessa, which was patented as early as 1902. The Tessa lens was known as the Adlerauge, the eagle eye, because it achieved an image quality and sharpness that was impressive at this time, and still is today. So let's see if the Industar can also do that. And it looks quite funny on this camera, right? I mean, look at this tiny little front lens. Almost ridiculous. When operating the aperture, which is also the filter thread on the front of the lens, I noticed that the aperture ring is very loose and you sometimes accidentally adjust it when focusing, which is annoying. But at least it's clickless. The focusing ring, on the other hand, is very smooth and enables precise focusing with 340 degrees. Since you have to adapt from the M42 mount and are therefore forced to set all parameters manually, you get into a decelerated work process. Take your time, compose the setting, and only hit the trigger when you're really sure. Sometimes it helps to be creative when you limit yourself. The mandatory sharpness test shows that the Industar is not really sharp over the entire image until aperture 8. There's a lot of vignetting, particularly wide open, but that doesn't bother me personally too much. I also don't primarily rate vintage lenses according to the sharpness, because modern lenses can do this better anyway. Since the lens is uncoated, it's very susceptible to backlight and grazing light, and produces crazy flares. I'm still not sure if I find them beautiful or distracting. What do you think? In any case, this often lacks the contrast. A lens hood could help, but if you have to buy one, it's probably more expensive than the lens itself. While the minimum focusing distance is not really good at 65 centimeters, to my surprise, the bokeh isn't even that bad. Of course, you don't get that much background separation with an open aperture of 3.5, but it looks very pleasant for me. And in some cases, you can even spot some swirl. I must say that the Industar really surprised me. There's more in such a tiny little lens than I thought. I just recommend you to get one on eBay, even if it's technically not the best lens. It's just a lot of fun. It looks cool on your camera and is really ultra portable. So I hope this video was helpful. Be sure to also check out my comparison video between the Industar and the car-sized Janatessa, the Adlerauge. For now, I say thanks for watching and see you next time.